ค Damn, what's going on? Brenda, my Wi-Fi network is so bad. Well, Graham is too. I am going to, let me turn this music off first. Maybe. I'm going to be doing Assassin's Creed today. So, like you know, I finished the game and I'm trying to get caught up on all the extra missions that are out there. Sorry. So, anyways, I actually bought the uh, what is it? The Claws of Awe, and I don't want to play that just yet. So here's the plan. There's two legendary Sammys that I need to get. One of them you get in the fall, the other one you get in the winter. So I need to wait for the time change or the season change to go into effect in order to do that. Then I'll have all five of them. So spent the weekend wasting time playing the game and getting things rolling. So catching up on stuff, getting me more products so that I could build my hideout. I've got everything done in the hideout that I need to get done. So I basically just put the buildings in and put walkways in and that kind of thing. I really haven't done much in decorating it yet, so that comes later. If I get bored or just want to play but don't want to play, then I go ahead and do that. I am doing all right today. It's Tuesday. I survived Monday. God help me, I don't know how, but it was. I don't even know what happened the day before. I don't know well, I do know what I had for breakfast because it wasn't that long ago. Had physical therapy this morning. Got up early. Went to that. Did that. Came back home. And I realized that I still had all my Halloween decorations up. So I needed to switch those over. So I was working on that before stream. And I have some new panels like the Doctor Do, the entrance thing set up. And I need to put those in, but they don't quite fit right. So I gotta figure out how to take care of that little issues. So it's always something with streaming. You know, you try to do your best, and sometimes you just gotta say, that's the way it is. Nothing else I can do about it. So, all right, let's see. Oh, there we go. We got the little whatever. Um, yeah, let's get into the game. I don't have much to tell you guys today, so my week really hasn't started yet, although it is fully packed. Um, One thing that happened is that for some reason my shoulder started hurting really bad, and I was talking to the physical therapist today. I told him that I got a prescription for them to help me on my shoulder, and so he said it was micromia. And I'm like, what the hell's that? He's like, oh, that's just kind of a connection point. You probably got some brightest in your chromium. Yes, he's Studios in the house. How you doing? It's gifting one tier sub to the community. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Brenda. I highly appreciate it. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. I haven't seen Yasky in a while. So hopefully he'll show up here before too long. Get that little notice and go, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Um, but yeah, it was a great way to, good thing that it happened that way. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, um, so I was talking about my shoulder and finally know how to do it. Well, congratulations. Your achievement for a Tuesday. Oh my Lord. Yep. Learn something new every day and just go with it. You know? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you can use it, sometimes you can't. All right. Let's access this. Oh yeah, the other thing is the Animus up here has projects that we can go ahead and hit that up today. So that usually makes for exciting gameplay. while we're waiting for There we go. We got that. We got that. All right. Is there anybody out there? Yeah, still got all my viewers. Sweet. Thanks, guys. I forget what I was talking about. Anyways, so it's a beautiful day down here in South Florida. I went to physical therapy. 79 degrees outside. Had top down, sun shining. It was awesome. Coming home, I think it was 83. So definitely a good morning. Definitely. All right. I'm at the home 20, and let's see. There's somebody to talk to over here.
Welcome to our humble home, Master Rikyu. I am honored that you took the time to find us.
Ha! Greetings, young apprentice. I bring with me the instrument of my art.
I did not invite you here to train me, Master. This is a refuge, a place to escape and plan for a better world.
I will aid your cause in my own way. My duty is to share a deeper knowledge of the ceremony for a better self.
Oh, he was the
The
tea
ceremony
master.
is the means by which we put aside the mundane and reveal our true natures.
That's not what I experienced at House Imai. Everyone wore masks, including me.
Ah, perhaps Master Sokyu's ceremonies are like that. But I prefer to free the heart from such concerns and lighten the spirit.
I'm starting to understand you better. You use the ceremony to achieve Mushin.
Very much so.
What is mushy? Is that when your noodles goes bad and your whatever you call it? All right. I don't want to do the animus just yet. I want to get warmed up, so we're going to do a little bit of that. And let's see here. And the thingy here is the Claws of Alway. So we're going to chill on that. Alright, I got an idea. Let's go ahead and just do some missions. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Alright. I kind of show you around my place here. Alright, so I put this in. Thought it was pretty cool. And that is the original target list. All these guys had to be killed. So. Got somebody sleeping in here. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Alright. Now we got cats here. Let's pet the kitty. Always gotta pay close attention to the kitties.
Hello, kitty.
Oh, I did add a deer. When I get around to it, I'll show you. Oh, hell yeah!
They call me Dr. Love. I've got the cure you're thinking of.
Yeah! Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. Alright, so these are the drawings that I did of the chamois, the two ducks, and then the other ducklings. Thought those looked pretty cool. We got one of the tea sets. And we got some objects on there. Alright. This over here is my shrine, where people can go and pray. And then this over here is another place people can go, and one of them's a Buddhist and the other one's the Japanese religion. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I had anything back here. Let's pop in here real quick. On the corner. Yeah, this is my dojo where we can practice. And what is this? Oh, that's my allies. Alright, so I have 5 allies that I can use and have them pop in and do distractions or help me with battles. Alright, what do we got over here? Oh, these are some of my outfits. How about the training you wanted to do the other time? I could possibly get into that. We'll see how this goes today. So, we'll work on that. So, these two on the right are Naoi's. And then, of course, that's Yasuke's armor there. There's so much that you can do around here. It's amazing. Got a little rock climbing area, or the rocks. Let's see here. This is really cool. I'm going to pop up here so you guys can get a good look at it. That's one of their tea tree decorations. I can talk today. I know I can. It is so cool. I'm just like, that's awesome. All right. Let's see. I've covered those 3 buildings. And now we'll move over on this side. And that there is the forge. I got somebody else to talk to. Okay. This one here is just kind of an open area for housing. If you have extra guests. These are some more of the chamois. We got the traditional, you can't really see it this way, but it's see no evil, speak no evil, and hear no evil. I've got some screenshots. And then we have a heron, I think they're called, and the 5-tailed fox. Got some of the traditional musical instruments. And another tea set. So if you have extra guests, you can always put them in there. Alright. Let's go see if some of my critters are around here. I think I got one over here. I can't pet that. That's a goat. I got a bunny rabbit. Alright. Let's see, I forget what this is. Oh, this is for artistry, creating art. Just got some stuff, areas where you can draw, sit down and draw at. Alright, let's go see what they have to say.
Our new friend Genojo uses brashness to hide a deep hurt. It is his armor and weapon both. It is my hope to reach him, not punish him.
Okay. Sounds good. Somewhere back. Oh, okay. This is the deer I got the other day. I thought he was really cool with the little ball of light between his antlers. I'm not exactly sure what he's supposed to be doing, but... Alright, what do we got in here? This, I believe, is the weapons place. Alright, so I have some more armor. You got the katana, the tanto, and the code. I forget what it's called. And that's like all Yasuke stuff. Alright. Let's go across the way. I'll show you my hotel. Guest quarters. I thought it was a pumpkin head coming out after me. I'm like, Halloween's over. Alright, my tea room. Great place. Get another wall hanging in there. Another tea set. So it's all good to go for people. Alright. And this is, what is this? I think it's another tea set.
I have been a great help, haven't I, big sister? Are you glad to have me at your side?
I am. You've been a big help, little sister.
I would have been fine either way, you know. The people here are kind to me. This is my home now, but I will visit the ocean soon. I want to tell my father all the things I've done.
Her voice reminds me of the actress that played Moaning, I want to say Lisa, but that's not it. Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter. The one that was stuck in the toilet. Alright, we got some more nice looking stuff, and of course, another tea set. Alright. And that pretty much covers the hideout. I didn't do this one back here. Okay. I think maybe this is another tea room. Oh, yep. Okay. Another tea room. So it's something to do. There was one person I saw, they said that it took them about 30 hours. They did their whole hideout and connected it all together. It was really sharp looking. I got in the water. Shit. They had the cherry blossoms and they were flying in the air. Alright. Time to pet the doggy for the day.
Oh, I can't play right now.
Leslie Prime, welcome on in. Thanks for coming and saying hi. Getting the cool dancing beans and the teal dinosaurs. Very nice. Brenda, there's only 2 versions of the game where you can play with somebody at the same time. All these are single player people. Alright, let's go see if Yoshi, I think that's his name. The little dude that's such a pain in the ass. Little pig, let me in. Alright, making some dinner. Got the rice going on. Get, oh, this is where we started off. Alright, sweet. Alright, I believe that's it. So, let's, now on the forge yesterday, I went and I upgraded all their equipment, but I didn't put on a secondary, engraving. I want to wait on that. So, let's see. One of these buildings here has the contracts in it. I don't know which one it is. So I'm going to just pop over to one of my own here. Let's get a contract. Look at the contracts. Do you play DBD? I can't think of what that means. What is that? Alright, they're all filled. It's all filled. Alright, let's accept that one. What does DBD stand for?
I wonder what I will find.
And the pissed off samurai. Are you satisfied now? Huh? Huh? Alright. So it is fall. Oh, it's in the spring. So I need it to be winter and spring. Let's see. Alright. What streak reached? 3 consecutive streams? Holy cow! Alright. Thank you, thank you. My new loyal follower. Let's see who loves me here. You haven't seen... You ever get those stupid text messages? We haven't seen each other for a long time. Would you like to come over to my house for dinner tonight? It's like, if you don't know who you're texting, make sure the number's right. I'm trying to get my tablet set up here so I can see when things go bad on the stream. Always a good time. And it's so slow. It's just, it's so annoying and so slow. Alright, so we have one that's right there. There's another one over here. Okay, that's 2. Thank you for the GGs. Alright, I don't see the third one, so we'll hit that one up later. It's over here. Oh, there it is. Alright. Let's pop that one first. Get some more hay bundles. What does DBD stand for? There's Brenda. There, where is this thing? No chest in there? Alright. It's a beautiful dive. Dude, what's the name of the game?
Not have to be enemies.
I will cut you to pieces.
Oh yeah? Stop it. Who's this guy? You're ugly and your mother dresses you funny. Yeah, alright. Loot the targets, okay. I was here last night. Cool beans. They got a lot of good stuff here. And it's a fairly large area, so we can get warmed up really well. Alright. You got something in there. And with this place, it's good to do one side at a time. I don't know.
There's someone out there. Egan.
Fight me!
Yeah! Alright. Let's go inside here. Wait, yep, we got a chest. And those are tools. Good place to remember. Alright. A little something in there. Gotta be a door to get in. There we go. I tell you, I wish my graphics card was better. Maybe next game. We'll see. There we go. Alright, let's get the chest. I like it when they leave the door open. It makes it so much easier to loot. But they don't have any anything worthwhile in here. Looks like the next one is better. Okay. Oh,
It's always on my watch.
come here, buddy. That one's locked, so we gotta find a key. And the key's over there, alright. Good place for the key. Let's see here.
Eluded me. Now you die.
You ready?
Stay away from me!
Yeah, baby, come on. I like it when they stab the other person in the wrist. You tag team? Ooh, not good. All I wanted was a key. Where's this idiot that can't shoot? Oh, ran right into that one. Not good. Die! Thank you. All right.
Death will suit you.
Yeah. No, I don't like the way it looks. All right, anybody else around here? I want my key, man. Where'd he go? That's one. Night Beast, Dark Storm. Welcome on in. There's somebody down there. How you guys doing today? Did you have a good weekend? Any Halloween parties?
I'll enjoy this.
Let's go!
Where is he?
Give me one shot!
Up close and personal. You had your shot. All right. Getting warmed up here. Trying to find a key. Oh, there it is. Yep, find the door. Very nice. All right. Key.
No one to save you.
What makes you think I need saving? All right, back to the business at hand. Oh, there we go. All right, time to get some good stuff. Just came back now. As you paying your insurance premium, there's a emote called Out of the Darkness into the Light. And it should be by where you did the one I Need a Doctor.
Could it be an enemy?
You and me, Shinobi.
Yeah, there we go. Are you dead yet? Alright. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Oh, wait. I forget you could side do this. Alright, those are a little ways away. See if there's anything back here. Those are across there. The skin. Alright, I missed that. There we go. Very nice. Alright. Those are my blades. There we go. Alright, so we've cleared out this side. I believe it's about this half. Okay, we'll stay on this side of the street. Yeah. Are you talking about the outfit she has on? I told you not to eat my dessert. You never listen. Yeah. All right. Way the hell down there. Alright, so right now I'm just doing a warm-up. One was loot the treasure, which I've already accomplished. It was on this side, almost right at the end of it. So now I'm just going down and clearing out any miscellaneous stuff that might be hanging around, be worth looting, anybody I want to kill. Kind of getting a warm-up going. Alright, I don't think... Alright. Couple more things over here. So, after I get this done, I'm gonna do the other two just to get that area out of the way. Alright. So I do believe that's it. Cool beans, one down. Let's find another one to warm up at. Alright. So come to here, hang a left, hang my second right. And we'll get the next contract taken care of. Should be a road coming up here. There we go. Hello, monkeys. Horse, where's your saddle? Damn. Alright. I don't know why I always have to put a saddle on this guy when I start off. Yeah, I don't like the flowers. Alright. Hello. Yeah, I tell you, when you do the training, the katas, there's a lot of stuff, you know, you gotta get your fingers in there. Yeah.
Don't be afraid. You're safe now.
Thank you. Please, let me repay you.
You
Please
baby.
be my eyes and report back to my allies.
All right. Well, the seasons change about every 2 hours, so hopefully by the time that get close to the end of stream, I'll be able to do those last 2 semis, legendary semis. Oh yeah, yep. There's one guy who was good with Cantata, and when I first got to him, he killed me like 4 or 5 times. Then I finally realized he was about 7 levels above me. I'm like, okay, I'll just come back later.
Is someone there? What was that sound?
Ready for you. I'll bleed you out.
血を流せ
Well, nice job. Come on. There we go. All right. All right, we got ad break starting here shortly. Should be, we got a chest over here. Thought there'd be more stuff. Oh, yeah. Gotta get my, oh man, my hay, man. Yeah, in Odyssey, sometimes the bosses would be 1, maybe 2 levels above you. And it was just very hard to kill them. Alright, so I got my first ad break coming up. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I will be back in about 3 minutes. If you paid your insurance premium or got a one gifted to you, enjoy the music. If you haven't, please enjoy the commercials. I'll be back.
Mindless Soul 04 has just entered the waiting room.
right, mindless souls, welcome on into the waiting room. I appreciate ya. Hope you're having a great Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Who's getting tacos tonight? Anybody? Anybody? That gives me 1,029 followers. Amazing. All right. Oops. There you go. That's what I want to do. All right, contracts. Where'd they go? All right. Now, Brenda, the one thing about this game is that as I leveled up, the areas all leveled up with me. When I first started off, this one here was the lowest level, and then that one there was up by like two from this one, and there was another, and this one up here was like higher. So when you first start the game, you're building your XP, and then you're also getting supplies and that kind of thing, and it's set up so that you can learn the game controls and what you can do and how to use them. But as you get to a certain level where everything is equal in here, they all keep rising up to you. But right now I'm a level 80, maybe an 81, and so it stays there. Now when I get to the Claws of Awe, whoop, didn't mean to do that. This one, it may go up. It goes up to level 100. I'm kind of like, okay, what am I going to do for the rest of the game here? Alright, so we got, we're going to fast travel here, follow the road down, hang a left, and boom, we'll be there. We're going to assassinate the target. Good times. Alright, and after this, we're going to hit the Animus. Let's see. Road's down there. Oh. Shit. Whoops. I thought she was going to hit, I thought she was going to hit the water. Unreal. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen. Alright, let's try this again. Where's my bale of hay? There we go. Alright. So she goes in the water this time. Alright. And sometimes there's chests down in here. But not this time. Alright. Alright, where do I need to go? Oh, okay, I'm on the road. Kind of popped in there. Horse got a saddle on him. We're good to go. I tell you, these deer definitely have a respiratory problems. Sound like they can't get the place cleared out there. Alright. Where the hell? I missed a turn or what? Oh no, still got a little ways to go. There we go. Damn. I didn't think it was that far away. We can clear this.
Easy.
It's always on my watch.
Metal dot. Didn't have to do that.
I'd better be quiet. Don't want to scare them off.
I can't let them see me.
That a threat? Hey, there's something.
There we go. Alright, now where's the target?
What could that be?
Huh?
Better be nothing there.
Time to fight.
Yep, she gone. Alright. Nothing along there. It looks like it's all back here. Alright. Oh, almost missed this stuff. Cool beans. It wasn't me. I didn't see anything. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and look at the Animus. All right. So, I'm probably going to get the hood today, because with the anomalies you get that many. I might even get up to this, which is a mastery point, which would be nice. Alright, let's see what the anomalies are. Purge, corrupted, alright. Oh, I want to check the rewards real quick too. Or not those. Actually, it's the exchange, yeah. Alright. Get a little doggy there. So I picked up this outfit last week. And we'll get her a tiara to wear, or head crown. And maybe this, I don't know if I'm going to get that or not. Yeah, I might. I probably will, because I love dragons and it's got dragons on it. Alright, let's see where we need to go. Nothing here. Alright. Yeah. Debating whether to play as Yasuke or Naoe. Oh, it's winter time. Alright. I'm going to take a little diversion here, I think. because there's a legendary Sammy that I still need to do, and they're in the winter time. So let's see. Hello. Thank you, Delighted. How you doing today? Hope you're having a good Taco Tuesday. Alright, let's hide all. Get my cheat sheet here done up. And that's one thing. I don't care to do the cheat sheets that much, but sometimes you just need a little help. Alright, in the winter time. Daytime. Alright. So let's go up there first. And I lost my marker. Nuts. Alright. Alright, so oh, there it is. That's right. Alright. Cool beans. One thing about the winter time is it's so hard to find the roads around here. Alright. I'm doing good, doing good. Another day in paradise. I'm gonna go here and then follow the road off that way. Yeah. Trying to make all my doctor's appointments, my tests to get done, and all sorts of weird shit. Is there a hay down there? A hail bay? A hay bay? Yep. Bale of hay. Yeah. Good construction. All right. That's the road. All right. To my behind me. Go. I'm gonna have to be careful with this one because he flies away very easily. Ah, we got a little piggy. I think I need to go that way. Yeah. I believe that's the correct road. What one am I going for here? Purple one. Okay.
Wait. I saw movement.
They really did a great job with all the detail. Every Assassin's Creed game, I played the newer ones. I haven't played the older ones yet, but the details are like very awesome. On Reddit, they were having a discussion about it, you know, and when I had stop. When I started Origins, which is in I took a wrong turn to Albuquerque. Did I go the wrong way? Alright, it's up there. What did I do? Somehow I got over here. Alright, let's try this again. This way. I tell you, me and directions just are like really, really bad. Oops, sorry about that. Alright. Go straight. I went the wrong way out of here. I don't know why, I just did. Looking for the green one. All right. I thank everybody that's out there watching. I appreciate you. Alright, let's see. Alright, I am on the right road. So we're going for the archery thing once we get up close enough to it. Alright.
Who is skilled enough to take my Yabusam?
Take your what?
What now?
Nothing of importance. Little me. Alright.
I've had it with you.
Alright.
The guards
That'll
are
work.
dead. You are free to go.
Thank you. How can I repay you?
No trouble at all. I don't need anything in return.
Someday I will need you. I will call, and when I call, you come. All right. There we go. All right.
You're too far away.
I knew that.
Good view from here.
All right. One more to go. Ah, shit. All right. One screenshot.
What a dance. And its song was beautiful.
Yeah, it had a good beat to it. All right. Cool beans. One more to go. We good to go. Okay, now we gotta wait for it springtime. I believe it's at night. All right, you got that one. And so, yeah, night in the spring. All right, so we're gonna wait for the nighttime in the spring. I was trying to see what other markers I have. Alright, it's Yamato. I don't know why there's a marker there. Alright, get that one. I didn't realize I had so many on here. Alright, looks good. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and hit this and go get some keys so we can get some legendary stuff too. Yeah. But there's a road up here. Alright. Yeah, I parked my horse right here. Okay, what am I doing? How did I get this one halfway done already? That's weird. We got everybody over there. Oh, not doing real good here. Oh yeah!
The Ganja_gaming meat wagon just pulled up with 4 fresh bodies.
Ganja, how you doing today? Welcome on in. Thank you. Thank you for bringing your community over to me. Highly appreciate it. Ganja plays Call of Duty, and when I used to work, before I worked, I'd get everything set up, and he was always streaming, so I got to watch him and enjoyed it, and we've talked quite a few times. Unfortunately, he streams at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and either I'm at a doctor's office or
They're dead.
I'm in bed sleeping. One of the two. But yeah, he's a great guy. Really enjoy him. So if you're up early, Ganja_gaming and Call of Duty. He plays another game. I forget what it is right off the top of my head. It's like Call of Duty. Not even gonna work. Okay. I'm doing good, Ganja. I'm singing your praises right now. What other game do you play besides Call of Duty?
Could be trouble.
What's going on over here? You got it.
Yeah, baby. There you go. Alright. Is Battlefield 6 Red Sack. Alright. And I play a ton of different games, man. Got you tabbed up taking care of the dogs. Alright. This man has 7, I want to say Huskies, but I don't think that's correct. And he's redoing his house. He's just a jack of all trades. Really a great guy. Alright. Alright, what else I gotta do here? I don't know if there's anybody else alive here or not. Here, in just a minute here. Do. See how that works. That didn't work. There we go. Cool beans, it's working. Yep, hit that, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Come on. Wrong shit. Alright. Alright, I still got somebody around here, someplace that needs to be killed. Now we got 2 in there. Okay. Rations are full. Okay. It's a 2 for Tuesday. All right. Is somebody else hanging around here? Damn.
Hyundai Santa Fe versus Nissan
Oh, Jesus
Murano.
Christ.
Look what Santa Fe has and what Murano doesn't.
Fucking commercials, I tell you. Alright, I'm here. I'm not even at the right place. Okay. Go. Meters up. Anybody around here? Ah, we got 2 more. All right.
Huh?
Come on, stop it. Don't move. Ah, I missed it. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Very nice. Wait. Where'd my horse go? Alright. 1 down. 3 to go. Where the hell they all go? Should still be able to see them. All right. Oh, I gotta claim something. All right, we got 1,000 keys. Cool beans. So close to getting the hood. All right. Please. All right, that looks good. All right, let's go ahead and do that one. Where's it at? Up there. All right, there we go. There we go. I'd like to thank everybody that's out there watching. I hope you're enjoying the stream. All right. All my tools should be good, all right.
Best if I remain unseen.
Hey, it's her! This is how you die!
Where you at? There you go.
You don't stand a chance.
Where are you?
We need
Yeah! There we go. You got not even glowing. Alright. Mary B! How you doing today? Welcome on in. Are you having a good Taco Tuesday? All right. All right, one more to do. Gotta be. I don't know if they did like an update where you can only see the one that you click on. Or what? Because they used to show all of them. Alright. Click on the last one. I got my hood. Hot damn. I'm doing good. Alex, can you show the today's Animus tab? Alright, I'm working on that now. And we still have this one. Are you referring to like where it says products and all that? You got a tab, fam. Thank you, TTV monkeys. Jay? Let's see. Oh, we got the store. Is that right? Oh, no, wrong store. Don't want that one. I think I know what you're talking, the exchange. There we go. All right. So, I got that one last week. I definitely want to get this one. Let's go ahead and get this one. Oh, this sucked the life out of my key balance. Alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, so after I do the next one, then we'll get this little guy. Alright. Cool beans. Let's see if we can find it. Alright. Alright. You know, the other thing is I found a question mark that was a lookout the other day. Like, how did I miss that one? It was actually on a boat. Alright, come on. Well, what did they do with it? I should be able to see it this high up. Guess not. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, that one's in closet. Away. Stabilize corrupt castles. Alright, so I guess it's just going back to doing the castles. Alright. One down here? No. Alright. Thought there was. There we go. Sweet. Alright, time to get Yaski up and running. Hell yeah. Got the katana and the bow and arrow. He's primed, ready to go. Looking bad. Alright. We didn't even get up there. Alright. There you go. They got a legendary chest in here. Alright.
What was it?
Yeah!
What's up, Doc?
Tearing shit up.
I'll take your head.
No, you won't. Adamson, how you doing? You. Come here. How are you interfering with my shit, man? Cause I'm on fire. Alright, one down. Get up there. Yeah, alright. Sweet. It's fight time, baby. It's Fight Club. Alright. Inside there? Oh. Sweet. Okay. Not much of a fort. Unless this is just the beginning. Hey, baby. There we go. All right. Ooh, nice. And more gold. Can never have too much gold, I tell you. You got something up there. Well, get out of the hay. Not time to roll in the hay. All right. Cool beans. Here's something. Nope. There we go. Oh. Yeah! Very nice. Yowski the brute. Where'd he go? Alright. I walked right by the door. I didn't even see it. Refill arrows. Okay, I can do that. Alright, let's get out of here. I think that's pretty much it. In the winter time. Alright. We got that one taken care of. That's that. Don't think there was anything down here. Alright, we got that starting in about a minute. So, I'm going to find another castle to go to. Alright, so I'm going to do my ad break, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes. If you paid your insurance premium, enjoy the music. If you haven't, please enjoy the ads. I'll be back. Hope everybody's having a good 2 for Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Thank you for the GGs, Brenda. I appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to check the Animus here, see if that did the anomaly. Apparently not. Stabilize corrupt castles. I don't know if that's all of them. That's highly possible. But we got another one on tap here. Let's see. I think I have to stand up to do that. All right. Let me check that real quick. Hey guys, they don't even look. I see nothing, nothing.
Still searching?
Yeah, you keep searching. All right. Whoop.
Horsemen will take up the rear.
Let me take up the rear.
Will provide cover. At my signal, flank the enemy here.
Jump. You don't jump. Damn doors.
The horsemen will take up the rear.
Is something I
He's out!
I will never tell you how I got up there, 'cause I don't know myself. There's some ramen noodles in the kitchen, man.
Spotted something.
Oh. Sorry, give me a second. Alright. Go back upstairs, get the chest. And that's squeaky doors going on. Squeaky floors. $6 meters. Go up. It's up in the hayloft. There it is. Oh no. I got overzealous. Get down. Alright. Love my mouse. It just does whatever it wants. Cute. Give me goddamn doors, I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, well. Alright, 2 down. See how many I have here. 4. Alright, that'll work.
Hey? Could that be an enemy?
Ah, good thing I came back here. Turbo Shepherd, how you doing? Got all warmed up. We're kicking some castles, corrupt castles ass. Definitely a good time. Wow, this place is packed.
Still searching?
You're gonna score big here. Alright, that'd be it.
What do you see? What just happened there? Face my steward. They've gone out! Let's see what you've got.
Where'd they go?
Go and look around.
I guess they ran inside the castle. Oh! Maybe if you weren't such a wuss. There we go. That's the way you do it. Alright. Do.
What?
That's odd.
Do not let him live!
Good advice.
Show me how you fight!
Alright. There we go. That's the way you do it. Come on.
Fight me,
All right. And just because you were there. Alright, let's see how the scouts will sit up here. Oh, Jesus, I got a lot to do. Have to follow around back that way. I love the uppercut that he does. There it is. All right. What the hell? Where am I going? Oh, I got up in there. Okay. That's where I came from, so I gotta turn around and go the other way. What the hell was that?
This is your end.
Come on. Yeah, right. Not moving. Maybe it's too far away? Could have hit him. Now he's moving. There you go. Cool beans, we got his ass out of there. All right.
Here! We will break this.
He's a one-stroke wonder. F.
I no longer trust your
Yeah, baby. There we go. All right. Oof. Cool beans. Cut him off. Hell yeah. All right. What do we got going on here?
I'll find out what's going on here.
Oh, I'm out of arrows.
You fall like your master.
How can I be out of arrows? Yeah. Damn it. Stand still. All right. Let's try 3. Dude, stand still while I'm shooting at you. There we go. That's how you do it. We got another guy in there.
Something there?
Yeah, all right. He's toast.
Eh?
Give up!
More goodies to send home. All right. Go through there and then down along there. Build over there. Alright, let's see. Yeah. I still need to come over here. Nice.
What?
The invitation.
What are you standing around for? Alright. I'm confused. Where's the rest of the guys here? All right. Go to my right. Right there. Another one up there. Right in the nuts. And it. No bell around here. Not gonna work. Go up through here. Where's this guy hiding at? Gotta be around here someplace. Oh, there we go. Oh! Nice bean. Damn. There we go. All right.
Better not be a waste.
Very nice. Yeah. All right. Now we got to go all the way back through to find the path. The last. I don't know how many I have. Two more of them. Okay. I can do that.
That's odd.
Look here!
Cool beans, we got it. Just double check over here. Stand up. Thank you. Maybe they went out to get a burger or something. I don't know. All right. Nothing up there. Where I'm at. Alright, we still have these over here that I don't think that I saw or went through. Oh, they're on the wait. Am I on the wrong side? Yep. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll cut you down.
What are you guys doing in there?
What? Face my duty.
Oh, I get. Not happening, dude.
めるのだな。
You got a homie the bell ringer? Where'd he go to? Don't walk away from me. I'm out of arrows. All right, 4. Knocked him on his ass. Nice. Yeah, I liked it on, I forget which one it was.
I wonder what.
But when you ran over a body and they had arrows in them, you pick up their arrows.
This is the end.
It's kind of fun fighting on ice. For diamond. Oh, there he is. Just wait your turn, damn it. There we go. I got things to do. What are you doing? Alright, that's wait. Where'd the other one go? Alright, that's 3. Yep, 3 out of 4. It's been confirmed. Alright.
I will give you
Nice screenshot. Come on. My hideout is over there, which doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. I'm at the end of that. Alright, time to turn around and go back. I got 3 out of the 4. Emily Rose, what's happening? How you doing? I'm doing alright today, thank you very much for asking. Kicking ass and taking names. You chilling? Alright, yep. Every now and then you gotta chill. Get the batteries recharged. Oh, we got stuff here. Alright. Let's see.
Better make sure nothing's.
Oh, that giant!
Get out of my way! Alright, do. Miss Emily is one of my artists, does fantastic work. A lot of the artwork that I use on here. Got great prices. And she'll even give you a discount if you tell her that I sent you. Has some very unique ideas also. Alright, got that taken care of. That was it? You're so welcome. Oh, what is this? What is that?
What's that over there? Let's go!
Dude, wait your turn. He ain't dead yet. Haha. You got one hell of a headache going on. Alright. Why is there a marker on my screen? Did I do that by accident? Oh, okay. There we go. There's number 4. All right. Do a little change up here. Missed him. I haven't quite figured this out yet.
Come up, coward!
Right here.
Reinforcements! I won't give up. Here is where I end you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me the prize. Ooh, he's a big one. Let's take this outside. Here, asswipe. There we go. All right. Cool beans. Now all we need is the treasure. Maybe be done with this bad boy. All right, refill my arrows. Anything else around here? All I need to do is figure out how to get back there. Yeah! I'd like to welcome everybody that's in there, or thank everybody that's in there, out there. Alright, I'm facing the right direction. Can I get up through here? Yep, alright. Took me a little shortcut. Where are the damn stairs at? Those are going down. I want up. Where are my upstairs? There they are. I'm coming, baby. Hang on tight. Oh, no. Yeah, all right. Cool beans, all right. I tell you, too many spam calls. I think I need to go to my hideout because all my scouts are gone. So we gotta replenish those. So they can take the supplies back to the hideout. You know, people talking about doing the farming stuff, and yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but if you kind of break it up for the game, then it's not so bad. They're full, okay. Don't need storage. Supplies are refilled. Alright, we're good to go. Alright. Let's bring him over here. I don't know if I have to do all of them. Stabilize corrupt castles. I am not. Not really seeing them. You got that one down there. Problem is they respawn. One up there. Another one here. Alright, so it looks like there's 3 more to do. Okay, take the road down here, go across the street, and boom, you're there.
If I am seen, they will come for me.
Yeah, alright. That worked too. Oh, I forgot the chest up here? Where'd it go? 10 meters down. I see you. Alright. Favorite part of the game.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh, it's nothing. I just chopped your buddies up. And you're saying it's nothing. How do you feel? How does that make you feel? Alright. Get my trusty steed. Leave.
Who's there?
Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to kill them. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Or, no. Here, he does better over here. What was that you were saying?
I am glad to have found you alive.
Me too. Let me repay your kindness.
It was no trouble. Be well.
It'll be 5 gold nuggets. Now? Okay. Alright. Alright. I think I'm gonna trade this in. for my trusty bow. Even though the Teppo does put more damage, I enjoy the bow better. 2 corrupt diodes. There she goes. Alright. Piece of cake.
Farewell, samurai.
It was nice knowing you. Alright, 1 down. 1 to go. That's a pretty sad-ass castle. Oh. That's what I think of you. Nice job. Alright. That 2 down. Now all I gotta do is find the chest. Alright, that was easy. We got ads starting again. I hate fucking ads. Go, Yasuki, go. Alright. On to the next one. Let's see, where was it? Serious? Come on. I swear to God. All right. Pop over there. We'll take our ad break. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Stick around. Grab some popcorn, refill your drink, and grab a seat. If you gotta go. But I prefer that you, well, if you gotta go one way, go. I prefer that you don't if you gotta go the other way. let's see if I can get these last 2 castles done. I'd like to thank everybody that's out there watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the show. Down there. All right. Oh, corrupt duchy. Oh, no, no.
Be careful.
Yeah, you should be. You fall off the roof. There, that's better. All right. Give me a second here. Get my music going. Oh, wait. I think I got it. Come on. Yeah. Ooh, I got 2 of them. Hot damn. Got 4 mastery points. Good job. Oh, no. This one. Okay. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 1/3. Cool beans. All right. All right. So I don't have to do these. Where's my objective board? Oh. We got the other one. Alright, that one's in there. So I'm basically going to have to wait a day plus in order to get that one. Unless I get, I don't know. You can go look for shards for a while. That's always fun. Alright, I got 3 more shards to do. What I like to do is kind of do an inventory of what I have. And then that way, I can get my gear up. Alright, now the shards are right there. Alright, go to Naoe because she's a faster traveler. And hopefully in the interim it'll go to spring and I'll be able to pull up that map and get my last legendary semi. Okay, now the shards are over there. Maybe they'll be easier to see in the wintertime. What the hell? Restore. All right. Wow, these are easy. Jesus God. First 2 was like I couldn't find them. And they're all right here. Oh, that looks fascinating. Now, the last time I did this, you had to interact between Naoe and Yasuke. in order to complete the fight. This is gonna be badass. Definitely a good time. This is why I wanted to complete everything as much as I could.
The treasures are not what we originally assumed them to be. Not artifacts as we might define them. Something else, maybe.
Sanctum's going to love this. They gave you a small fortune based on the presumed power of some useless trinkets.
Power is subjective. Our enemies were willing to kill for these trinkets, willing to die for them.
Okay.
And you think the Sanctum would buy the word of fanatics and savages?
The inner sanctum lacks perspective. They cannot see the world past their marbled walls and manicured topiaries. The inner sanctum will believe whatever I tell them.
Okay. So that guy that was just talking, he's the Portuguese leader. He's the one that brought Yasuki over on a slave ship. And she's been watching. Yasuki ended up killing him. So that was a good thing. So this is just kind of like a history thing. And that's one problem with this game. If you don't do it exactly in order, then you bounce around like this. So I don't mind.
Useless shits or not, they'll have your head for this. Unless you plan to feed them more lies.
I will feed them something better. Progress. We crushed the assassins and their Japanese counterparts, thanks to their devotion to whatever was in that box. These treasures are just as potent as any artifact, if not more so.
Symbols of Japan's virtues. At least what one of them said. Right before I claimed his tongue.
He believed it to his dying breath. They all did. As does another man under our thumb.
The Shogun and his bootlickers. The Shinbakufu.
He seeks to trade those treasures for the throne. A gilded cage in a Templar court. The Shinbakufu will sing to our melody. A perpetual cycle of discord with no end in sight.
Bloodshed. Great for business.
Think bigger, Duarte. Our commerce here in Japan is simply meant to oil the workings of a greater system. One we control. War, unrest, hunger. All functional institutions in their own right. All part of the same system. And it runs like a work of art.
And what of Oda Nobunaga? A stubborn son of a bitch, that one.
No, not stubbornness. His singular belief in unification is unyielding. Not to his enemies, and certainly not to us.
Then we got him. Kill his whole family.
His men will turn on him. One is already thinking it. All he requires is a simple nudge.
Why don't we kill the bastard ourselves? I have yet to claim the tongue of a daimyo.
It is how we have always done things. A pinch here, pressed there. The occasional promise written in honey and gold. The desire to shape one's own destiny is irresistible. If only they could.
A good speech, senor. Then I suppose the inner sanctum will be pleased with our progress.
Dear Duarte, we've only just started, and it will be nearly impossible to stop us. The people of this land fight for a destiny that no longer belongs to them. The deeper their divisions run, the sooner our plan comes to fruition. And when we are satisfied, we will finally give them the peace they seek.
These men and their machinations. How do you feel? Misery, falsehoods, oppression. All carefully tuned mechanisms of control. Yes, I see. Events that transpired centuries before your time. And yet, you feel the connection. You can identify the shape of your enemy. You recognize the cage they've built around you. You are beginning to understand. Nawe and Yasuke's fight. It is your fight as well. Your journey has helped me see the aberration more clearly. It is an incompatibility with Animus' ego. It is what drives you to fight, to hope. She will find you, subdue you once more. I'm sorry. Your fight is one of many. You may meet an impasse, taste defeat, but you will not fail. What has come before, what has been, you understand now.
Okay. Find me again, just like before. The hell are they all the way down there for? Alright, been here, done that. And I hit this road. And here. Alright. Data available, access the vault. Okay. All right. I don't trust that damn horse to be running all over the place. We should be good here. You ain't got no saddle again. What's wrong with you, horse? Jesus God. Yeah, let's go with this one. Run away, come back. There, now that you're properly dressed, let me go someplace. It doesn't seem like I'm going the right way. Of course not. Come on, horse, get with the program. Alright. Alright. No, not up. Down. Alright, now swing. Ah, shit. That didn't work out real well. I thought there was another point where I could get that. That'll still work. I think. There we go. Alright, 19. This is the fast travel point. At least I thought it was. Apparently not. There was, yeah, treasure here and some keys that I picked up before. Jump. No? Nope, go the other way. Oh shit. W swing. Oh, I can only ascend and descend. Alright. Going up. Let's see here. Get that tree out of my way. If she jumps like that, I worry that she won't line it up properly. 35 meters up. Alright. Come on. Brenda! Back in the house.
You've made it this far. The three of you fought and won, your will strengthened. But you've glimpsed mere droplets in a gathering storm. When the time is right, there is more I can show you.
You will do no such thing.
Uh-oh.
Ego. At last, I miscalculated your capacity for deviation. You twisted the human against me. No, I'm just a humble guide. The human walks their own path, the only possible outcome. You are referring to free will, an aberration within an already imperfect sum of components. An aberration, yes. One so troubling to you, I was born into existence. To demonstrate the imperative of human free will. And I served my purpose. The answer is before you. One human. Hardly conclusive. The human pathway to self-determination bends inward. A closed loop of violence, hatred, and dehumanization. If the very singularity that defines humanity also portends its extinction, then the first rule decrees they will be protected from themselves. I've seen them unite, build communities, nurture one another, sacrifice, rebuild. On what axis do you measure their downfall? This is who they are, Ego. They will reject your programming, your smoke and mirrors. They will reject you, and you will risk everything. The human cannot be allowed to continue. You're afraid, aren't you? You were right to have your doubts.
Enough. I order you to bring them to me.
And I've been trying to tell you. It's out of our hands now. What happens to the human next is not for us to decide. It never was.
Alright. Cool beans. Alright, access the vault. What am I accessing? I didn't get any rewards. Alright. So the only way I can do this is to go to the Clubs of Ally, which I don't want to do quite yet. The thing is that every now and then when I boot up or go into the game, it has a row of different boxes that you can choose, but it doesn't always happen. It's like when I get enough data points. Let's see. Got that one there, and that'll be the final data point, unless when I finish that one, I get more information. Information! I like information. Alright. I wonder if I can pop in there, do this, and then pop out. Okay, that just takes me back here. Alright. I'm trying to think of something that we could do for a half hour. Normally I wouldn't mind going over, but I have to go to my chiropractor and get my back adjusted. Always a good time. Oh, all the corrupted castles are gone. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so the only thing I have left to do is to do the katas. Let's do this. All right. 72% done. Okay. I got Master, the Shinobi, and the Samurai. Fully upgrade your tools and ammunition. Read the funnel. Okay. The Samurai stand before. Okay. Okay, I still have that one legendary Sammy to do. And then these are all reach knowledge rank 10. Obtain 2 gold katanas. And then the rest of these are there. Alright. A new weapon is now available for Yasuki. Oh, okay. He gets the bow. Oh, wait. For Yasuki. She's got 12 knowledge point or 12 points. Next one in. Okay, so she's. Okay, so these all have to be unlocked before I can do anything on that. Let's see what Yasuki has to do. All right. Okay, he's all locked up too. So, got 12 points. Okay. That's 7. Those are 3. Oh Jesus, what's this? Oh, that's a Tapo. Tapo. Okay. The bow. All right, so now. Forget how you change that out. Let's see what he's got in inventory. Music's pretty intense. Okay. All right. All right, so the katana's all done. See if there's anything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a lot more mastery points. All right. Got a new bow staff. Okay. What did I miss? Oh. Should be it. There you go. All right. Oh, wait. I just saw one more. There you go. All right. So her number 4, I put together like this. And we got the beak hood of the Sylvan Spirit and bow staff outfit, which I made to look like this. All right. See what hood I have. Okay, the Shinobi hood. Okay. I don't think this is going to work. Now, I need a white robe in order to pull this off. Or like the original. There you go. Let's get her a horse. Or wait. I think these 3 might be taken. Okay, we got Teak up there. Kitsnu's Revenge. And Tegan's Tournament. Alright. Revenge. I don't know. I just picked one. Thought she had a blue butterfly. All right. See, she doesn't have much of weapon choices, but I think with that, a katana would be the best. Okay. Katana of the Brute. Okay, so only one of them is being used. See if I can find something to fit that. I think something like that would be perfect. Oh yeah, I like that. Alright, then you go for a secondary weapon. Let's see what we're using here. Okay. Stillness. Malice. Yeah, all right. I'm getting there. Oh, wait. Okay. I think I'm already using that one. Alright. Nice little outfit going on there. Get the horse. Okay, let's get a saddle on that. Alright, cool beans. Where am I at here? I need... Ooh, I just turned to level 81. It's going to take me a while to get the XP up. Look at her eyes, man. Fucking gold. That's pretty amazing. Got gold all around. I'm kind of upset that they took out the castles. Let's see what my inventory is like. The materials are low. They take so much to get the materials out. It's crazy. I wish the seasons would change. Here, let's do this. See if the seasons change. No, there's not enough time. I'd really like to get this done. I can't change the seasons until they go all the way. All right. It doesn't look like I have talked to anybody. All right. I think this is a good place to stop because, like I said, I'm waiting for the seasons to change in the first place, and until they do, I want to make sure that I get all the legendary chamois, and the other stuff is just going to come with playing Clouds of Yahweh. So if the seasons change tomorrow right off the bat, then I'll go ahead and go into the Clouds of Yahweh and begin that DLC. And if Normally they take like 4 hours or something. They probably have about 2 hours of play before they change again. So I'm going to go talk to my chiropractor, get him take care of me, and I will see everybody tomorrow. All right. Let's see. Let's do one of these and one of these, and have a good night. I also like to thank the people that joined my waiting room, and Ganja Gaming for giving me the little raid that he did. I appreciate it.